Today we're talking about one more Spanish explorer going to what is now the United States and exploring that area. We're going to be talking about De Soto. We're also going to talk about another explorer named Pizarro. And then at the end of the lesson, we're going to be talking about elevation maps and how to read those. So you can see on the assignment, the first thing that we're going to do is read the book pages. So the pages about De Soto from our textbook. I have a video that you're going to watch as well that's going to give you information. You just click on it. If it's not letting you click, you may need to hold down Control and then click, or you could just highlight it by clicking and dragging your mouse and then either highlighting it and then either right-clicking and clicking copy, or after you highlight it, you can hold Control-C and that copies it, and then you just put it up into a new web page, click paste once you open the web page and get to it that way. But it's not like you just click straight from Teams. So as you're listening to the book pages and watch the video, then you fill in the notes about Pizarro and De Soto. And then after we complete that, then we move on to the elevation map activity, where you will read the elevation map book pages, and there's a few questions at the end, and then complete the worksheet that goes along with it. So first we're going to take a look at the notes. Pull that up. When you get there, you're going to click Edit Presentation, Edit in Browser. You can see I've crossed off the two notes that we already did about De Leon and Cortez and Coronado, and I put text boxes in here for us to type in. If you can't see, go ahead and click View, Zoom 100%. That's what I always do. That way I can see what I'm doing. And you can scroll down if you need to, either by scrolling on your mouse or by clicking the bar and scrolling that way. So here in our notes, you can see it says what did Pizarro did. So we're going to read what he did and what De Soto did. So filling that in as we go along. So let's take a look at the book pages. So here it talks about, hold on, let me get the correct pages up for you. I had opened up De Leon book pages, but we need De Soto. So here's De Soto's book pages. It says expeditions continue. You can either listen to me or just read them on your own, which you can access by clicking in the assignment and clicking open the De Soto book pages. So more conquistadors wanted to explore the Americas. They came to the Americas to claim land and find gold. Pizarro and the Incas. So Francisco Pizarro was a Spanish conquistador. In 1531, he led 180 soldiers on an expedition into the western coast of South America. There, he and his soldiers met with people from the Inca Empire, which was led by Atahualpa. A priest traveling with Pizarro told the Inca leader that the Incas had to accept Christianity and the Spanish ruler. Atahualpa said no, and Pizarro and his soldiers attacked the Incas. So they were trying to take over the land. The Spanish took Atahualpa prisoner, so the Incas were left without a leader. After Atahualpa's death, Pizarro traveled to Cusco, the capital of the Inca Empire, and took control of the region. So you can see here, Francisco Pizarro was the one who met the Incas, and he ended up taking over the Inca Empire. So on your notes, that's what you're going to put here about Pizarro, was that he took over the Inca Empire. So now we're going to move on to De Soto. De Soto in the southeast. So another conquistador named Hernando de Soto explored the southeastern United States. In 1539, he and 600 men sailed from Cuba and landed near Tampa Bay, which is in Florida. Later, they became the first Europeans to see the Mississippi River. De Soto and his soldiers met many Native Americans during this expedition. Those meetings often ended in bloody battles. One of the worst battles took place against the Mobile tribe in what is now the state of Alabama. In 1542, De Soto died of a fever. Of the 600 men who started the journey, only about 300 survived between sickness and battles. De Soto and his men claimed the land they explored. Spanish claims now covered much of the southern half of what is now the United States. So De Soto went through southeastern United States, which is Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana. He went up into Tennessee a little bit, Florida, that area, and he explored those states. He was one of the first ones to see the Mississippi River. Unfortunately, when he met the Native Americans, it always ended up in bloody battles. So for De Soto, he died from a fever, but also claimed much land for Spain. So now, once you have those two filled out, you're going to click close, and you're going to watch the video. So you'll click on the link or copy and paste it to watch a quick video about De Soto. Then when you finish that you're going to come here and you're going to click on the elevation map book pages. When it pulls up, we're going to click edit presentation, edit in browser. That way you will be able to type in the text boxes. And then this first page, I'm going to go ahead and click view, zoom 100%, and click OK. So here we're going to read about what an elevation map is. So an elevation map can help you understand what a place looks like, whether it has mountains or is a lowland. The elevation or height of the land is measured from sea level. The elevation of land at sea level is 0 feet. So we're going to look at drawing A. And we can see that sea level is right here at the bottom, level with the sea, the same height as the sea. The lines on this drawing of a mountain are what's called contour lines. A contour line connects all points of equal elevation. The contour line labeled 1,640 feet connects all points on the mountain that are 1,640 feet above sea level. So if we look here, the line they're talking about, 1,640 feet, is right here. So this line shows all the places on this mountain that are 1,640 feet above the level of the sea. Drawing B shows the mountain as you would see it from above. The contour lines are closer together on the steeper side. So if you look here, this is the mountain, and we're looking at it from the top. So here you can see the peak, the very top of it, and you can see that that's right there at the highest point. So this is another way to do a elevation map. You can have it this way, or you could have it here, just having lines representing looking from the top. On drawing C, color is added between the contour lines. The key, the map key, shows the range of elevation that each color stands for. For example, the key shows that the elevation of every place in green is between sea level and 330 feet. So here's our map key, and we can see that green means it's between 0 and 330 feet above sea level. So these numbers here are in feet, and these numbers here are in meters. So we're going to talk about the feet, since that is what we're most familiar with. So if you look, the yellow color, all of these places are between 330 feet above sea level and 820, and it keeps going up from there, looking at our map key. So now we're going to go to the second page and answer some questions about this elevation map here. So this is a elevation map of De Soto's expedition. So the man we just read about, he came from Cuba, went into Florida, went through here, up in the Appalachian Mountains, down into Alabama, over here, into Arkansas and Louisiana, over to Texas a little bit. So just following his route and seeing where all he went. So the first question asks us, what is the elevation of the land De Soto reached as he passed through the Appalachian Mountains? So we're going to find the Appalachian Mountains, and we're going to look right here. And we're going to look at what color. So it's kind of that purpley color. So we're going to use our map key, and we look here, and we can see that the purpley color means it's the kind of the purpley and kind of pink color. So we can see that means it's between 1,640 feet above sea level and 3,280 feet above sea level. So he passed through elevation that was between 1,640 feet to, that's what the dash means, 3,280 feet. So as he was passing through the Appalachian Mountains, he was going through those different elevations, those different heights. If this happens where it drops down here, all you need to do is click the side and expand it wider. And then you won't be dropped down into the second question. So now we're looking at question number 2. So 2 asks us, I'm going to move that up a little bit out of the way too. 2 asks, what is the elevation where the Mobile lived? So we're going to look here. The Mobile, oh, they lived here. So we're going to look to see, okay, green is where the Mobile lived. And we're going to look here. Green means that it's between 0 feet above sea level and 330 feet. So we come down here and we put 0 feet to 330 feet above sea level. So now we're going to look here. Number 3 says, what is the elevation of the land that De Soto passed through after crossing the Arkansas River? So we need to look on the map and find the Arkansas River. So if we go here, we can see, oh, there's the Arkansas River. And after he crossed it, he got to that kind of yellowy orange. So we know that then he's going through 330 feet to 820 feet. So after passing the Arkansas River, it's going from 330 feet to 820 feet. So you're going to go ahead and put that in there. I put an X over there, so don't worry about doing that. Once you have all 3 of these questions answered, you're going to click close. And now we're going to go down to worksheet 26, which is an elevation map, and that is what is your homework. So hit on worksheet 26. It's going to pull this up, and you're going to click Edit Presentation, Edit in Browser. And this is another one that has 2 pages, so you want to make sure you do both pages. I always, again, click View, click Zoom. That way I can read what I'm working on, and click OK. So we're going to scroll up, and the first thing we do is read the directions. So for this side, it says add details to the map as described in each item below. So we're looking here, we can see it's a map of Coronado's route. If you remember, he's the one who traveled looking for the city of gold, never found it, realized he was being tricked, and so then headed back home. So question 1 tells us to write an H on any part of the map that shows the highest elevation in the region. So what I want you to do here, it says make a text box and put it in the map. So there's nothing you need to type here, but you're going to click Insert, Text Box, and it'll pop here in the middle, and then you'll get rid of that, you hit the backspace or highlight it, and then you're going to type the letter H. And then I'm going to shrink this down, make it easier to drag around. And then I'm going to look on my map using my map key and figure out what is the highest elevation on the map. So if I look here, I can see that the little diamond shapes means it's above 13,124 feet. So I'm going to look here, and oh, I can see that shading, that type of shading with the diamonds is right there. So I'm going to take this H, I'm going to put it right on top of that. So that's what you're going to go ahead and do. And then number 2, you can see, says make a text box and put it on a map. 4, write an L on any part of the map that shows the lowest elevation. So you're going to look here, see if you can find the lowest elevation and put an L where the lowest elevation is. And then you're going to move on to page 2. So number 3 asks, what is the range of elevation in feet along the Brazos River? So you're going to find the Brazos River on the map and tell me the different elevations that are along the Brazos River. Then number 4 says, what is the highest range of elevation in feet along Coronado's route? So what was the highest elevation that he went through, looking at that map? Number 5 asks, what was the range of elevation in feet on the route through Mexico? So you're looking here, and you're going to be talking about only in Mexico, so stopping right here at the border. So you're going to look to tell me the different elevations he went through. Number 6 asks, how would land elevation have changed If Coronado had traveled 150 miles due west from what is today Arizona instead of west toward New Mexico. So you're going to click on the map, and it's wanting to know if instead of going through here to New Mexico and he had gone this way 150 miles, what would the elevation have been like? So you're just describing the land elevation. You know, you could either describe it with, the feet. You could tell me that he would be well above sea level. He would be right at sea level, just describing what it would have been like if he had gone west instead of going east. The number 7 asks, how would you describe the land elevation at the start of his journey in North America? So you're looking here, and tell me what the land elevation was like at the start of his journey. And then number 8, how would you describe the land elevation at the end of his journey? So here's the start of his journey, and then how would you describe it at the end of his journey? Then number 9, what kind of landform would you expect to find at the highest elevations to the north of Coronado's route? So here's Coronado's route, and you're looking here at these elevations. What kind of landforms do you think is there? What kind of landforms do you think that is? And then number 10, write a sentence describing the land that the Arkansas River flows through. So you're finding the Arkansas River again. So looking, seeing, where's that Arkansas River? Oh, there it is. What type of land is that? Do you think it's rocky? Do you think it's hilly? Do you think it's flat? What type of land is here in the Arkansas River? So you're going to answer those questions. If you have any questions, definitely send me an email, send me a chat on Teams, send me a message and remind. But once you get those all answered, click close. Make sure you have worksheet 26 completely filled out, the notes filled out, and then those 3 questions on the book pages filled out. Once you have that complete, click turn it in, and you'll be good to go.